tutorial. I'm going to be making a mini or small rotator cuff, which is 3x, I believe. So yeah, I'm going to teach you how to do that, and yeah, so let's get started. Alright, this is everything I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using a spool of string because you never know how much you're going to need. I'm using a little character. I'm using 3 different types of beads and some accent beads along with a needle. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, and I'll teach you how to attach extra when I need it. So I think that's pretty much it. So I'm basing the colors off of this character, which is going to be like a charm. Also, there is some thing that's going to make it rotate or whatever. So I'm using this little character. It's a little Squishville. It has little glasses on. So I'm basing it off this. I guess it's like a purple or blue. So I just picked this cute blue. I did light pink for the base color. And then this for the little extra color that it has on the dots. So yeah, I'm going to show you how to make the base first. So you're going to need your needle and string. I prefer a needle and string, or a needle attached to the string because of carpal tunnel, and it just is a lot easier. But you know, do what you can do. Okay, so you're going to take 2 of the first color and you're going to string it on, and then take the second color and put one on as well. And you're just going to continue this. You should have ended up with something like this, a long string with alternating colors, and this part should be the length of your wrist, and usually it's about in between this part of your wrist, so you might want to measure down here and right here and take the biggest number and make it as long as that, and just keep going until you have enough. And you want to have a even amount of beads. A string. Alright, so I'm going to show you. It just depends on how big your wrist is, but you want this to be to where it like lines up with each other. So I'm going to have to do one more and then add another separate bead so they are even on each side. Alright, so all this needs is one more of this, and then we can tie it off. I need to stop hitting that. So I'm just going to go to the end of my string, pull this all the way down, and tie it off, like so. And you're just going to cut the short end off, and I'll show you the next step. Okay, so your string should look something like this, and your string will be coming out of these 2 pink right here, and you're just going to thread your needle or your string through this next bead so it's in that separate spot like this. And you're going to start making your X base. So what you're going to do is you're going to do the alternate colors. So you're going to do 1, 2, 1 like this. Make sure there's 3 beads on the string, and then you're going to go through this next light color pink like this, and it should create like a bump like this. And this is going to be the bottom part of the X, and you're just going to do this all the way around. Alright, we're hitting the last one. 1, 2, 1, and then you're gonna go through this bead right here, and you're gonna make sure all of them are tight. So you're just gonna go through and tighten up the string like this. Just make sure it's pretty tight. Not too tight, but just tight enough to where they kind of stick out more. Alright, gonna pull it tight. And then what you're gonna do now is that we're coming out of this bead right here. So that means we have to go through this one and out this one. So let me show you. Go through this bead right here and come out the blue bead like this. And we'll pull it out. And you're pretty much going to do the same thing, but now you're going through all the blue beads. So you're going to be doing, go through pink and then blue and then pink again. And then since you're coming out of this blue bead, you're going to go to this next blue bead. This. And you're just going to do that all the way around. We've hit the last one, so coming out of this bead, and we want to go into this bead right here. And I've been pulling tension on it, so it's been pretty tight. There's no loose beads going anywhere, and your bracelet should be starting to create like a dome shape. So almost like a flower pot. Alright, so now that you're going through this blue bead right here, you want to go to this one right here. So you're going to step up, go through this pink bead and out this blue bead, and you're basically just going to repeat the process again to form a second X. As you can see right here, this is the first X, so we're just doing it again to make the next one. stepping up again. So we're going from this bead to this one, and we're just gonna pull through like this. Keep the tension. And now that we're coming out of this bead right here, we're gonna go through this pink one and out the blue one. We're gonna repeat this basically a couple more times until we have 3 full X's on top of each other, because this is an X base, obviously. So we're on our last one, and we're gonna do the same thing once again. Gather the beads, go to this blue one, go through like this. Make sure you keep the tension. Go through this pink bead right here and out the blue. And keep going. And I'm gonna show you right now. We are currently at 2 X's. So here's the first X right there, and here's the second. And we're just gonna do the next part, which is the bottom half of the third X, and then we're gonna do the top, and then I'll show you how to build up from there. So we're basically just going to repeat the process once again. So we got our beads stringed up. We're going to go through this bottom bead right here that is blue, into the pink bead like right here, and then out the next blue bead like this. And you're just going to pull through. And now we are working on the top part of the X. So this is the last time we'll be doing this. What we're going to do is we're going to focus on the pink, because I almost made the mistake of not doing that, and it would have been a step. So you're just going to go 3 pinks, and then you're going to go through this next bead, because this is going to make our way to start doing this part right here, and we need this bead to be pink. So we're just basically mimicking the other side at this point. So we're just gonna go through with all pink, and I will show you the next step. So I'm going to pull the tension once again. Make sure it's all nice and tight. Okay. And now we are going to add 3 more light pinks. And we're going to go through this blue bead right here. Up this pink bead and through and out this middle pink bead. Like that. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it through. And now it's time to show you how to make the bottom part backwards, which is always fun, kind of. Alright, so we are coming out of this bead right here, and we want to go to this bead right here. You gotta be very careful. This is basically like making a single. There's no extra bending. We're gonna do 2 pink beads, and we're just gonna go through this bead right here. And we're gonna pull it tight so it looks just like the bottom. And we're gonna continue this all the way around. Alright, here we go. We're in the last one. 2 of the pink beads. We're gonna go through and meet up with this pink bead right here. Go through that. And we're gonna pull it tight. And what I like to do is I like to go through the pink beads right here and go to the next intersection. So right here. And I just like to tie it off right here in this spot right here. Oh, the string came off the needle. Alright, now we're going to tie it off. Slide through there. I'm going to go through the string and pull it tight. And one more for extra security. And there we go. We did the base. Now we're going to make the bumpers. So we are going to go through this pink bead right here, and we're going to get our bumper beads, which are going to be these. Right, I forgot. Alright, so now that we have our bumper beads, I can show you what to do now. I'm going to be alternating between these 2 colors. So I'm going to start with the pink first because I feel like that's most easiest to understand, and it's right here. So we're going to get 2 of these pink beads. We're going to get 1 of the colored specialty beads, and then another of these 2 beads, like this. And we're just going to go right here onto this next bead. So we're right here, we're going to go over here. So we're going to push this down on the needle and do this, pull it tight. And I'm now going to switch the color. And we're going to do 2 blue, a specialty bead, and we're going to go from this bead right here to this one. So don't forget, I always tend to forget. Don't forget to do that. Follow these down on the needle, and then you're going to go slip through this bead and push out. Like that. And you're basically going to do that all the way around. Alright, here's a good stop to take a break because I am running out of string and I should show you how to extend it. So I'm going to take the end of the string that I have on my spool and I'm going just to connect them, and I'm going to do a little loop like this. Just tighten it, and I do it one more time. time. Like this. And then I tie them at the ends just to make sure they're nice and secure as well. And then I snip off the little bits. So now it is easily attached to your string, and it will be easy to continue working on your project. I'm just going to pull out another arm's length of string, give it a little snip, and continue on my way. Alright, I'm on the last one, and here we go. We're going to make sure everything is tight. So okay, there we go. And so now I usually like to tie it. You don't technically have to do this. Just push this out the way. You don't have to technically tie it here, but it helps me keep the thing tightened and secure. So I'm basically picking that same spot and just tying it where it is, making sure it's tight and things don't get tangled. Like that. And now what I'm going to do, since I came up this pink bead, I'm going to go through this darker pink and then through this star, pop out the other end. It's getting caught on my wheelchair. Okay. And just gonna continue 2 beads on here, and then so we are coming out of this star right here, and this is the bead connecting towards this, like right next to the start bead that I'm working on. You're gonna go down one and go through this blue bead right here, like so. And you're gonna pull tight. Obviously you're gonna have the string attached because it does come detached. It does detach quite a bit when you're working with it, and I find that kind of irritating. But yeah. Alright. So again, going through this bead right here. And we're just gonna pull through like so. And pull tight. Turn that a little bit. And now I'm gonna go to the blue because it's connecting. So we're basically zigzagging here. So from this blue bead right here, you're gonna go inside of the star right here, or the specialty bead. You're gonna pull through, and oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna try that again. It's because like my string gets caught on the wheelchair and it loosens off the needle. And it comes off, so that's why I have to do this a billion times if I'm not careful. Okay, so blue bead to the star, go through, and you're basically going to repeat this process all the way around, and whatever is just corresponding next to the star. So like right here, I would do another blue because it's right below that blue bead. So like this. And if you're just doing regular color, just on one side, flat, you don't have to do all this difficult stuff. But you know, this is just basic stuff. I hope this helps some way or another. Okay, so I'm alternating back to pink, and I'm just gonna do this all the way around. It's gonna be a pain to edit. Last one, and it's going to be 2 pink, and I'm going to tighten the string just in case. I'm going to go through the star and out, and then I'm going to tighten all of these so they're snug. Alright, and so now that they're all tightened, I'm going to go up from the star bead into this bead right here and into the light pink bead, and we're going to basically tie it off. Alright, and now what I usually do, because sometimes these beads are a little too small to go through, I will go through the back. This is just to teach you, just in case you use a different smaller bead. I would go through, I'll be coming out of this bead right here, and we're just gonna go through this one, and this one, and I'll come up this blue one, pull this through. So you're basically just coming out through the back, and then since you're coming out of this blue bead right here, you're going to go through the pink, this blue, pink, blue. You're basically going to come out until you come to here. So I'll just keep going through until you make it to that end bead right there. And you're basically just going to repeat the process like you did on the other side. Like that. And then you're just going to start this part, and then you'll do this part. So you'll watch me do that in fast speed, because I don't want the video to go too long. Alright, I'm on my last one, and I'm just going to show you again so you could understand it. Put all the beads on the string. I'm going to go through, and we're going to go through this pink bead here. Since we're out of this one, we're going to go to this one, and we're going to make sure we pull them tight and tie it off. sure they stay secure. So now that we're coming out of this bead right here, we're going to go through and come out this star right here. So we're just going to pull this out and go through here. So we're at the star, we're going to add our 2 beads, and we're going to go into this blue bead right here. And we're just going to do this all the way around until we have two full bumpers. Alright, I'm on the last one, and then the bumpers will be complete. Go through this part, pull tight. Now I'm going to go through these 2 beads to this pink pastel bead and pull through like so, and tie it off. Alright, so this is what it should look like right now. These are what they call bumpers, and it keeps the middle part that rotates in place. So this is what it should look like, and we're going to start working on the middle part now. So that means we are cutting off this tail for this piece, and since I like to reuse string, we're going to use the last bit of string that I have left for the single. So I beaded most of it, and what you're going to do every so often is to check to see how much you're going to need to add on to it, and you want to make sure it's pretty loose. So I'm going to keep going until I cover it completely. So hopefully this won't take long. I will be back when it somewhat fits. Here we go. I am placing it on, and it somewhat fits, but I need to make sure that it's not too tight. And I feel like maybe one more bead will fit this, and we will be off and finished. So I'll use this one, and we're just going to tie it off fairly tightly. Make sure it's all snug. So just tying it off now. Alright, I'm going to cut this bit off. go. We have our massive single, we have our bumper, and all we have to do now is just put them together. So you're pretty much gonna flatten this out and strip the single over, and it's all done. And it rotates, and it's super cute, and it's fairly, I don't know, it fits nicely, that's for sure. So yeah. Anyway, this was the tutorial of how to do a 3x X-base rotator, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry that it's taken so long for me to post this. It has been a pain to edit and to even get the time and energy to even make this video, so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's not too choppy, and I'm sorry that it might be long. But anyway, I appreciate it so much, and it would be super awesome if you could subscribe or possibly like the video, and also check out my other pages and the links in the description, so everyone can see and learn how to make this stuff as well. So yeah, anyway, it's currently 3 in the morning and I'm exhausted, so I'm gonna go to bed now. So see ya, bye.